Orange Rapids, Michigan, August 12, 2011. They refer to this case as unavoidably disturbing, and after you hear it, you will too. Stephen Deuman Jr. was unemployed and taking care of his 15-week-old daughter, Evelyn. They stayed in a trailer on American Indian Reservation in Llano County. The baby's mother was at work. He would tell authorities he laid the baby on a queen-size bed in the middle, surrounded by blankets and pillows, and he went outside to have a smoke. When he returned, she was on the floor with a bloodied nose. Relatives told him to take her to the hospital. He didn't. Instead, he called the mother while she was at work and told her to get home now. Natasha Maitland had just pulled in the driveway when the relatives were pulling out. He would jump out the car holding the baby girl, running directly towards Maitland. She touched her daughter and she said her baby was cold to the touch. She found no pulse. Maitland would be the one to call 911 and had wondered why no one else had called any time before. She got in a car with a relative and they would head to the hospital. The ambulance would catch up with them. Your daughter appears to be in a maybe life or death situation. Maybe he was too distraught. Who knows? But Stephen Deuman opted to stay home. His brother told him that he needed to be there with Maitland and his daughter. His brother gave him gas money, and Deuman went to the service station and he gassed up his motorcycle. He even went inside the service station and he filled out a tribal discount card and saved 75 cents. I guess it was no rush to get up there. Your daughter appears to be in a life or death situation again, and you are saving 76 cents. The baby, unfortunately, died. More than likely, she was probably dead for quite some time. While the parents went to see their baby's body for the last time, Deuman would tell Maitland that there was a condom in the baby's mouth. This was the first time that he told anyone this. He didn't even tell his brother this. She told him to tell the doctors what he was telling her. The next day, FBI agents would ask Deuman, "How did your daughter end up on the floor with a condom in her mouth?" Deuman responded, quote, "If you're accusing me of sticking my dick in her mouth, you're a sick motherfucker," unquote. Deuman and Maitland met with Deuman's aunt, a member of the Grand Traverse tribe. The baby rolling off the bed made no sense. The baby could barely move, let alone crawl over blankets and pillows and grasp anything in her hand. Perhaps it was bear walking. When bad families shape shift into bears, bears can take a person's DNA and become that person. Deuman told FBI agents that he could have possibly been walking as a bear. It was a possibility he had killed Evelyn while he was a bear. However, even to him admitting this, Deuman said it wasn't enough evidence to convict him of this crime. The box of condoms had been moved from where Maitland had left them the night before on the bedstand. There was a used condom on the floor underneath a dirty diaper, and the condom wrapper was on the floor. Maitland did not leave her trailer like that when she left for work. She knew Deuman had tampered with the condom box. Earlier that year, Deuman was reported making 3 girls perform oral sex on him, in which they say he gets very carried away during this act. But after the fact, supposedly, he said there wasn't enough evidence to convict him. He wasn't convicted of any of the crimes against the little girls. Now, in court, Deuman would say his baby's mouth had landed on the used condom and she sucked it in. Evelyn had died from asphyxiation. Obviously, he had gotten carried away with his own 15-week-old daughter. During court, Deuman never apologized. He said there wasn't much to say. He felt responsible in a way because he was there. His heart mourned the loss of her. He also said he felt bad that his 4-year-old son would never know his sister. This is coming from a father who wouldn't even get his baby help when she was dying. Natasha Maitland would call him a coward and a monster. She said, quote, "You are a monster for what you did to Evelyn. What you did was such horrific things to take her life. I wish I could come up with words to explain how deeply I hurt. I will never get to hear her first words or see her first steps. Evelyn had such potential until the defendant stole it away from her. You're an evil person. You deserve the treatment you are about to receive," unquote. The death occurred on American Indian reservation, but the federal government would prosecute the crime. He was sentenced to 2 life terms. The courts believe he is a danger to society. Evelyn was only 15 weeks, but her mother and her older brother, they miss her. They remember her. So now you know about Evelyn, and you can't forget what you never remembered. Rest in peace, Evelyn. Rest in peace.